A turn in a case that put all eyes on Waco. Thanks for joining us at 10. I'm Lindsay Lippman.
And I'm Joe Gum. The final cases in the Twin Peaks massacre have been dismissed. Maggie Lowe-Miller has been following this story all day and joins us live in the studio. Maggie, what can we expect to happen next?
Joe and Lindsay, people wanted justice, but was it served? That's the big question here. While 24 cases are shut down for good today, there may be more developments in civil court.
4 years have come and gone since gunfire erupted at Twin Peaks restaurant. 9 were killed and dozens injured when the two rival biker clubs brawled.
I feel like we did the best we could with what we had since January the 1st, but ultimately justice was not served the way I would have liked for it to have been served.
The previous district attorney dismissed 128 cases. Today, 24 more were shut by newly elected district attorney Barry Johnson.
A big part of our decision-making process is what we had left. You know, by the time 4 years had gone by, the way the cases were mismanaged, in my opinion, there just really wasn't a sufficient cause of action under the law.
But some feel more could be done to bring justice. Brian Roberts was a special prosecutor on some of the Twin Peaks cases, although not involved in the cases dismissed today. He said in a statement, there was plenty of time for a true, thorough investigation, but instead, everyone received fill-in-the-blank, cookie-cutter charges. As a prosecutor, it is offensive to me in any sense of what justice looks like. While criminal proceedings have come to a close, there may be action in civil courts.
There are 130 civil cases that have been filed, and they're pending down now in Austin, Texas.
Meanwhile, the attorney representing Jacob Carrizal spoke to us on the phone. Carrizal faced a judge back in 2017 and ended up with a mistrial. Today, attorney Chris Lewis said they are working to expunge his record.
It's different to know in your heart and mind that you're not guilty of something, and that's far different than walking into a courtroom and putting your life and your future in the hands of 12 strangers.
The scars of the deadly shooting remain in Waco's history, and while there may not be any cases in criminal court, Johnson is still taking a firm stand.
That type of conduct in this county will not be tolerated.
Now, public records are expected to reveal new insight into these dismissed cases. It's unclear when those will become available, but of course, we'll stay on top of the story and bring everyone the latest.
All right, Maggie, thank you.
Maggie, thanks.
Let's get an early look at tonight's forecast.
First Alert Chief Meteorologist Matt Hines is here to tell us what to expect throughout the week, and it does feel like it's warming up just a smidge.
Just a little bit. This morning we made it down to 39, so it was chilly out there.
Yeah.
We got to 70 today. Tomorrow it'll actually be a little cooler, as we're going to have a few more clouds around, but then the 80s will come eventually later on this week. As we check out our First Alert Central Texas clouds and radar, you see a bunch of high clouds rolling across the area. That's going to act as a little blanket tonight and prevent us from getting into the upper 30s. Instead, we'll be probably into the upper 40s as we head into the morning hours. Temperatures for today making into the 70s from Waco, Temple, Killeen, and points to the south and west. We did stay in the 60s, though, earlier across our eastern counties. As we check out your morning bus stop, it looks like we're going to be seeing 40s in the morning. No rain chances for us, though, so it is going to be cool, especially with the southeast breeze at 5 to 15 miles per hour. But we will slowly warm it up tomorrow with more clouds and maybe a few showers coming in. And then as we get into our Thursday and Friday, it gets even warmer, guys.
All right, Matt, thank you. A Killeen ISD student rushed to the hospital with a potentially dangerous bacterial infection. School leaders say the Bell County Public Health Department informed the district that one of their students was diagnosed with bacterial meningitis. They say the student attends Saggart Elementary School. Superintendent Dr. John Kraft reached out to KISD parents to let them know they are working proactively to ensure the safety of their students. The district will continue to work with the Bell County Public Health Department, and they have advised the district to notify parents of potential symptoms to look for and when to seek medical treatment. Common symptoms of bacterial meningitis in children are fever, rash, headache, neck stiffness, chills, muscle and joint pain. Superintendent Kraft says if your student exhibits any combinations of those symptoms, to please seek medical attention.
Affordable veterinary services could soon be a thing of the past if a proposed bill moves forward. House Bill 3806 would prevent licensed veterinarians at low-cost and nonprofit clinics from offering basic services to the general public. Those services include deworming, nail trims, microchips, flea and tick control, heartworm tests, and heartworm prevention. But under the bill, clinics would only be allowed to provide those services to people who are poverty-stricken. The executive director of the Animal Birth Control Clinic in Waco says this would have an effect of the 25,000 people and their pets who use the clinic each year.
People of all walks of life, some who are really, really terribly poor, and they love their pet more than anything. And then people just like you and I.
The bill would not affect spay-neuter procedures or vaccines. Those could still be offered to the entire community at a low cost. As of yesterday, the bill was left pending in committee. We put up a poll on our station's Instagram asking whether people support the bill, and of those that made their voices heard, 10% voted in favor of the bill, while the remaining 90% were against it. To take part in tour polls in the future, keep an eye on Central Texas News Now's Instagram.
Healthcare appears to be on the ballot in 2020 now that President Trump says he is pushing for a vote on the Affordable Care Act after the next election.
Kelly Smoot reports on the latest battle on the Affordable Care Act.
The battle over health care just got an extension. President Trump tweeting Monday that a vote on repealing and replacing Obamacare will, quote, be taken right after the election when Republicans hold the Senate and win back the House.
We'll go through the election. We have a very good chance at retaking the House, and we'll vote in the best health care package we've ever had.
Democrats quickly pounced.
The president tweeted that they will come up with their plan in 2021. Translation, they have no health care plan.
The White House sought to shift focus to the Democrats.
We also know Democrats are unwilling to work with this president to fix the broken system that we have, whether it's on health care, whether it's on immigration.
The president's latest shift coming a week after his